Hello YouTube, this is an alcohol review of Larceny, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, very special small batch. It says plainly it's 92 proof and is dedicated to a John E. Fitzgerald. Now according to the back of the bottle, John E. Fitzgerald had a thing for the whiskeys. His profession was that he was a treasury agent, and his particular job was to go around making sure that the local distilleries kept with the legal guidelines needed to make whiskey in the United States. Unfortunately, this guy, this John Fitzgerald, had a tendency of taking a little bit more than what he should have. Thus, Larceny, which is clearly dedicated to that legend or who knows what. Got myself the wine glass, a little bit of spring water. Now on the YouTube, people have been raving about this particular whiskey. I've been hearing great calls on how wonderful it is for under $35. And that it's very difficult to find a whiskey of this high of a caliber in that particular price range. So, being the cheap son of gun that I am, I decided to give this a try. As you can tell, it's got a beautiful amber color to it. And a very, very potent alcohol smell. But you can get out of it a bit of an orange, a lot of caramel, a lot of sweet, with a possible black pepper in the background. But what I'm not a fan of is this overwhelming alcohol bite that seems to hit my nose quite strong. This clearly smells like a very youthful, bitey type of whiskey. Right off the bat, though you should never really take your opinion on the very first sip. Your tongue needs to acclimate to the whiskey itself. But off the bat, you get this great hit of caramel flavors. There's a sweetness to it, a bit of a fruitiness added into this, and the caramel is very, very wonderful in the overall taste of this. But there is a black pepper that comes chasing in from behind. And the whole thing ends on a very spicy note to it. All along, you keep getting hit with this overwhelming alcohol. To me, that is a bit of a turnoff. The varying flavors, the layers of it. Like I said, it starts off with a bit of a sweet or a fruitiness to it. It goes to a transition into a caramel, then ends on a nice peppermint or black pepper, I should say, taste to it, and then finishes with an overall spicy. This is nice, but you just get this blanket of strong, youthful alcohol bite. It does not go down smoothly. Flavorful, yes. Smooth, not even close. I prefer a whiskey that has a caramelly, buttery, and no real harsh bite to it at all. This is lots of bite with the accompanying flavors. Now, a lot of people on the YouTube reviewers for whiskey, they said, gave this high marks. Whiskey bitch out there I actually call this the James Dean of the varying alcohols under $35 that she had displayed in one of her videos. And this James Dean, she compared it to this is the type of whiskey that would ride a Harley, leather jacket type. And I have to say, she's very correct with that. This is rough but unapologetic on the way down. It has thorough character and all the different layers of flavor, but too much of a thug for my particular palate. So once you can get past that harsh alcohol, it becomes very nice. But you have to give it time to be able to get past that. Even though everyone else raved about it and said how great this is, I'd have to give it a mid-range mark. I've tasted much better. I've tasted much worse. But yeah, if I was to give it for 10 saying the best, 1 being the worst, she would hit a solid 5, may creep up into a 6 or a 7. So it is nice once after you get past that bite. But it's that bite that's the turnoff for me. For me, that is. Go out there, give it a try for yourself. See what you have to say about this particular whiskey. Like I said, everyone else raving about it, saying how great it is. But all I can do is just give it about a mid-range mark for it. But you decide. Definitely give it a try. And any comments, put it down below. Make your own video on this. Anything along that line. And let us, on the rest of the YouTube community, know what you think of Larceny Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. And as usual, keep on drinking.